Good afternoon, everyone. It's Candace Lee from Candace Lee Fired Up, and I'm here to do my lunch and learn. Basically, I'm going to actually cook for you and show you how easy it is to make a meal, lunchtime or dinner, with things that you probably would have in your pantry, in your freezer, and that kind of idea. So, what we're actually making today is black bean and broccoli stir fry. So for me, our broccoli is actually frozen in these packages, and so it's easy to grab. Black beans is a can that I have in the pantry, and then a few normal little items like some soy sauce, some vinegar, and my Epicure seasonings that I love, and then I can make up a stir fry. So if anyone has any particular questions, you're welcome to ask at any point in time, but the idea is to bring ease and comfort into the kitchen and not feel like it's a huge task, that takes up too much brain power to try to figure out what to make or how to make it or anything like that. So stir fries are like one of my main go-tos that I use for quickly making up meals. It can take like 10 minutes to make up a meal, with or without meat protein. So you're welcome to make, like you could add beef or chicken or anything to this stir fry as well. I'm just sticking to vegetarian in essence. Vegan, because I don't think I'm using anything with dairy or meat product here. So it's just an alternative, but it's easy enough to add if you are someone who likes meat. And basically it's just some vegetables, some good sauce, and away you go. So that's it. So I'm going to get started. If anyone has questions, feel free to ask. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the stove going, and what I'm going to do is get this warm, and then I'm going to add all the sauce and then add all the ingredients in. Laura Jean, is that you? Hi. So this is going to warm up. I'm going to put a little bit of water, and I'm actually going to be using one of my favorites, spoon, Sesame Ginger. It's actually a salad dressing, but I love this as a stir fry dressing instead. Basically, you do the same thing, and you add it to the stir fry. So I am going to add a couple tablespoons of the sesame ginger, and instructions are on the side for making dressing, but basically use the same dressing. You can make it into your stir fry dressing. And sesame ginger has in it so onion, sesame seeds, garlic, some spices, red bell pepper, chives, and then organic cane sugar for the sesame ginger flavoring part. And yeah, so that's that one. I'm going to use a tiny bit of vegetable broth. It doesn't need very much. It's basically a teaspoon for a cup. And our vegetable broth actually has 8 essential vitamins and minerals in it because we use nutritional yeast. So onion, carrot, inactive nutritional yeast, which is vitamin B12, vitamin B6, riboflavin, it's folic acid, niacin, zinc, a lot. Red bell pepper, herbs, sea salt, celery seed, and black pepper. Okay, and then I'm going to add my gluten-free soy sauce. Normally I don't really measure, but I figured I would for you guys watching. I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of that, and I am going to put in a tablespoon of rice vinegar. A lot of this is based on your taste profile, so do it however you feel comfortable. And I am going to spice it up as well, but I'll do that in a little bit. So I have the black beans drained and rinsed off, and I'm putting those in first because I just want to smush them up a little bit and so that they actually go into the sauce. So they make the sauce like thicker. So what I'm saying, like what I was trying to say earlier about the whole concept of cooking from your pantry, shopping from your pantry, that idea is that if you have a few things already stocked up in your pantry, you can come home and easily make something even if you haven't got groceries. So it's one of the things we always tell everybody is don't buy groceries when you're hungry. So you come home from work and you're hungry. If you have things in your fridge and freezer or in your pantry, you're more likely to be able to quickly make something and then maybe head out later or head out another time. Hi, Allison. That way you are saving yourself from buying things that you don't really want from the grocery store and what you don't need. And that's partly also when I say when you are scheduling your meal plan for the week or maybe even for 3 days, Now start small, just think dinners for the next couple of days and be all like, what do I already have in my pantry? What do I have in my freezer? What can I use up? Do I have anything? And there we go. So, all right, beans are looking good. I'm gonna add the broccoli and give it a stir. So this is pretty much a yummy, you know, this could be a side if someone needed a side for a meal. This is perfect for an actual lunch, even dinner. Okay, I'm just gonna put that on just to steam it a little bit because the broccoli hadn't fully defrosted from this morning, but no big deal, the steaming will take care of that. So my top 3 tips, I'll go back from the beginning. Top 3 tips for meal planning and prepping for yourself is simply schedule your time. So when you're scheduling your whole week already, with getting your appointments, you're seeing your clients, all that kind of stuff, and I know you're all entrepreneurs and you're running around and you're doing all these things. While you're scheduling all your appointments and checking out what your week looks like for all your appointments, also look into where you can fit in homemade meals or where you need go-to meals. Sorry, one second. Waking up someone. Where you can do go-to meals, things like that. So if you can maybe spend a few minutes, you know, your Sunday morning or your Monday night, whatever is good for you, and make a good breakfast for you to take. Like we have these really good superhero cookies, or you could have smoothies all ready to go. If you eat eggs, you could have even like your egg sandwiches all ready to go for yourself. And to be honest, making a quick omelet takes like 2 minutes, so you can actually do it in the morning as well. But then for your dinners, which tends to be people's harder part, just plan out, well, if I'm home tonight to make dinner, great. If I'm not home, okay, what do I need? And how much prep do I actually need to do? So here we don't actually prep like massive amounts. Like I don't cook a whole bunch of meals and have it in the fridge or freezer for you just to warm up. I have it portioned out, so veggies are ready, protein is ready. My idea of what sauces or seasonings I'm going to do, and then I come home quickly and I can make it in like 10 minutes. It's not hard for us to do that. So you schedule your time, so now you know, plan out a few meals, so you know I'm home good, so like I'm home for like an hour, or I've got lots of time, I could make something like a roast or I don't know, whatever you like to make, or chicken pot pie, or veggie pot pie. Or, you know what, I need something really quick, so I need something like 10 minutes, so we're eating and out the door, so make a one-pot wonder like I do, like either a butter chicken or a pad thai. Everything is bite-sized, your protein, your veggies, it'll cook up in 10 minutes and away you go. So the next thing, as I was talking about earlier, because I'm using things from my pantry, yeah, shop from home before you go to the grocery store. One, you're wasting less money, wasting less food, things like that. And also can help you get your creative juices flowing on what it is you want to eat this week. You know, you have broccoli in the freezer and you're like, oh, what could I do with the broccoli? You know, maybe I could make it into a veggie pot pie or a stir fry, or, you know, blend it up and make broccoli soup. There's lots of items that you could be, you know, that, or you can just type it in. Like if you go to my website, CandiceLeeDoucetThatEpicure.com, type in your item that you found in your fridge or freezer, like I said, broccoli, it'll give you a whole bunch of broccoli recipes. It's an amazing recipe finder. So just do that. Spend a few minutes online, spend a few minutes looking through what's going on in your pantry or your fridge or your freezer, and see what you can use up. And then lastly, stick it on the fridge. Make it so it's obvious that you can see what you're making, and make it so it's obvious you can see what you actually have. So I am going to say that we are done. There we go. So very steamy, but there is our broccoli with the bean sauce, and I said I was going to make it a little spicy, so I'm using our chili flakes and garlic, and I'm going to throw that on. And if that is not your thing, there's also excuse me, breathing in the chili flakes, toasted sesame that you could throw on, or if you want, you could even give it more like a nutty flavor, which is our broccoli bliss nutritional yeast sprinkles, yeast sprinkles. So you put that on as well. Add in a bit more of the nutritional yeast, add in the nutty flavor, and away you go. So I'm ready to eat lunch, but I'm still talking to you guys, so I won't. Okay, so I'd just like to point out, it's like 12:10. That's 10 minutes of making a broccoli and bean stir fry ready to eat. So you guys can do that too. Simple. You could be home. That's dinner ready to go. If you want, you can add a few more vegetables into it, some fiber. Although broccoli kind of helps you with all that, and the beans, of course, so you don't really need all that. But you could add in, and as I said, if you eat meat, go ahead and throw in some meat. And if you make it bite-sized, the meat would be cooked as well, because it doesn't take very long for that to cook either. People just think it does, but if you do a large chicken breast, obviously going to take longer than chopping it up into little pieces. So that's my lunch. If anybody wants to try it, feel free to come on over. So there you go. There's 3 steps to what I was talking about how to be able to, yes, very fast and easy. It's not complicated. You just need a few things in your pantry, and easy accessible in your pantry. Like I have it all outside. I don't know if I can show you that without messing all you guys up. You're gonna get shaky in a minute. I apologize. So a lot of my Epicure seasonings and our go-to liquids, like our oils, vinegar, sorry, I got chili powder in my nose now. So the soy sauce, the oil, the vinegar, things like that are easy accessible there, because you grab and go, and those are your staples. So whatever your staples are that you use for making meals, have them easy accessible. It's great when you got a big pantry somewhere, but if you're never going to walk over there, have a few items always here and ready to go. And then again, have a few things in your fridge or your freezer. So I totally recommend having like frozen veggies, frozen fruit, always readily available in your freezer, so that you can easily make a smoothie. You can make desserts. You can add your veggies to your meal. You can even have a full meal. And that's what you need from there. Really have a lot of that chili up my nose. Wow. And then if you have a few staples on seasonings, obviously you don't need as much as me, although if you want, sure, I'd love it, but hey, I just have a bit of everything. I would do with your staples, so some broth. If you get yourself a veggie broth, chicken broth, or anything like this, dehydrated like this, it does 20 cups of broth in this. And you can use it to enhance flavors, as I did in your stir fry, or in your pot pie, or you're even cooking something like your roasted veggies. You can add a little bit onto it as well. And then of course, a really good pepper and salt is really good. So I recommend our turmeric black pepper. You get a little extra turmeric, so anti-inflammatory, along with getting your nice pepper flavor. And these, it's a grinder, so it's solid pieces, so it's not gonna go stale or whatever as quickly when it's already done that. And then get yourself a dressing. I recommend the Sesame Ginger, but you can get the balsamic vinegar, and you can make anything you want with it. So you don't have to follow exactly what it says. It's just a good seasoning. So, think outside the jar like I did. Use it for a stir fry. Use it to enhance, again, your roasting veggies. You can sprinkle some on, or make it into the sauce and then pour the sauce on like a marinade. It's great as a marinade as well. And all of our, for this one, there's actually 3 instructions, like 3 different recipes right on the back. So that's another good thing about using Epicure. It's not just that it's clean, so no gluten, no nuts, no MSG, no artificial flavors or colors, no fillers. It just seasonings. That's it. And dehydrated at that, so it doesn't go bad. So 2 years minimum, without it losing its flavor or potency that way. I really put too much that in there. Okay, sorry. Oh, wow. Yeah. So so I said, so the other good thing about Epicure is that it actually gives you instructions right on the bottle or right on the package. So you don't have to go running around trying to find a recipe somewhere else. You can just use the recipe that's on the back. So you got the Thai, Laura Jean, right? So on the back of yours, which I can't find one, but on the back of your packages and your pad thais and things like that, it'll actually give you the full instructions on how to make the pad thai. And you can go ahead and swap it out, change it up however you like. So for me, I don't bother with the eggs because my other half doesn't like eggs, so I don't put that in. You don't have to. It doesn't totally ruin the flavor of pad thai. If you want to change up the veggies, go right ahead, add some bok choy, I think it says peppers, but you can add in whatever you like. And then of course, whatever kind of protein you like. So tofu or chickpeas or whatever you like. So it's pretty easy. And that's what I'm saying, like package, you turn it around, full instructions, ingredients, nutritional information is all right there. So this is a really great way of just being able to go, hey, what am I gonna make? Let me just go through all my packages and see what I can make today. So there you go. I feel like that was like quicker than I should have been, but that's all right. So I have my broccoli in black bean dressing and stir fry ready to go. So that's my lunch and probably some dinner. And then for you guys, if you have any particular questions about how I came up with the recipe or anything like that, you're welcome to ask or anything. Literally, for me, I'm just like, I love the Chinese black bean dressing that you get at the restaurants. It's a little bit spicy. It's really good on the broccoli. If you eat meat, it's good on that as well. And then I'm like, what could I do to make that? And just kind of looked up the recipe a little bit and went, I could do that myself. Really easy with all the stuff I already have. It's literally ginger, it's some soy sauce, it's the black beans, it's some spice of some kind, and there we go. So that's pretty much what I did, is I took our sesame ginger, so it's got some ginger in it, and it's got other seasonings as well, the chives and the bell peppers and all that in there. And then to give it to heat, I actually used our chili flakes and garlic. And so this is just garlic, chilies, and some herbs in it. This is really good to go on, as it says here, pizza, pasta, salads, things like that. And I just use that to give the heat. And then a little bit of the back flavor was simply the vegetable broth, just because I like to add a little bit of depth to it. And then I just use my own version of like the soy sauce, so the gluten-free with the tamarind, some rice vinegar, and a bit of water. And I did a flash stir fry. So there we go. So, not to keep you guys any longer than you need to be. Go out there and make your own meals. I'd love to see it. If anyone has any questions or comments, wants to try any of these out, I'd love for that to be able to share this with you. So if you want to do this in your own home, that's part of what we do with Epicure, is kind of go to home and do a full cooking class, get your friends together and you all cook. If you're not interested in that, but you still want that, I can come over and just do one with you, show you how to meal prep and that. And that would be my pleasure. And then of course, if you do, you can also become a host and get lots of free goodies that we as Epicure love to share with everybody, and you can try it. I'm also doing an online cooking class, meal prep, on Sunday, May 26th at 10 a.m. I have a Facebook group open, or Facebook event open for that. If anybody wants an invite to see me making my meals for the whole week and going through it, I'd love to share that with you. And if you want, you can meal prep along with me online and we'll just chat about it and you can ask me questions. Okay, so there you go. I thank you very much for everybody who came on, Laura Jean, Allison. If anyone's watching the replay, feel free to post questions or message me if you have any comments. I'd love to see what you guys make, and have an absolute long weekend day. Hopefully you guys are all having a nice long week. Can have a nice long weekend. You're not working and you can relax. I hear it's supposed to be like 28 degrees this weekend in Toronto. So for those of you in Toronto, get ready for summer, right? And those of you who are not, still, I hope that you're having a wonderful weather and it's sunny and bright where you are. So take care and have a lovely day. Bye.